Hey everyone, it's me again. I'm going to go ahead and record Tuesday's video since I'm already here doing it. But there's one thing that I forgot. I forgot to mention in my last video, so hopefully I remember at the end of this video, okay? So we're doing Gimme 5 for page number 7, and we're going to be completing Tuesday's row, okay? So page number 7, and we're going to do Tuesday's row. The first problem on Tuesday's page number 7, Gimme 5, is they want us to multiply 542 times 2. So then when you solve this, you should have it set up like this, okay? And we're going to start off in the lowest place value. So it's going to be 2 times 2, 2 times 4, and 2 times 5, okay? So 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. And 2 times 5 equals 10. Your final answer is 1,084. Alright, let's move on to the next column. The next column is they want you to find the equivalent decimal or fraction. Okay, so they have 3. They have 5 tenths, they have 5 hundredths, and they have 7 tenths. So your paper has these 3, 2 fractions and 1 decimal, and they want us to find the equivalent decimal or fraction, okay? So when we're finding equivalent fractions and equivalent decimals, how you read this should sound the same as what you're going to put here. Okay, and it's going to make sense in a little bit, okay? So I know none of these have any whole numbers. So I know if it's a decimal, it's going to be behind, okay? And if I know it's going to be a fraction, I know it's not going to be a whole. None of these are wholes, okay? So 5 tenths. 5 tenths. Well, is there a place value that is named tenths? Yes. Now let's go put the 5 in that place value. 5 tenths. Because that place behind the decimal is the tenths place. So 5 tenths, 5 tenths. Next one, 5 hundredths. 5 hundredths. Well, I know it's not a whole number, so I'm not going to put it in the hundreds. The hundreds place value, like 500. I'm going to put in the hundredths place value. So your decimal is going to look like this. This one. Who can read this fraction for me? Read this decimal for me. 0 and 7 tenths. 0 and 7 tenths. So how am I going to write that as a fraction? 7 tenths. 7 tenths. Okay, make sure you record that on your Gimme 5 worksheet or in a journal, whatever it is that you're recording your answers on. The next column, they want us to subtract, oh, there goes my marker. They want you to subtract 54 and 32 hundredths minus 1 and 2 hundredths. So remember, always put the bigger number on top when you're setting it up in the standard algorithm way. So 54 and 32 hundredths minus 1 and 2 hundredths. And remember to line up your decimals, because when you line up your decimals, you're making sure all your numbers are in their correct place value. And let's subtract. 2 minus 2 equals 0. 3 minus 0 equals 3. Drop your decimal. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 5 minus nothing equals 5. Okay, so boys and girls, 54 and 32 hundredths minus 1 and 2 hundredths equals 53 and 30 hundredths. Awesome job. Okay, so the next column is the strip diagram. And so if you haven't done this already, I want you to label your strip diagram. What's missing? What do you have? Okay, what are you going to do with that information? Do we have the whole? So if we have the whole, are we going to subtract? If we don't have the whole, are we going to add? Okay, so let's take a look at our strip diagram. We're missing our whole, but we have our two parts. So I know these two parts, these two numbers, if I add them up together, it'll equal the whole. So let's add those two numbers. 789, 456. And I always put the bigger number on top, and all my numbers are lined up by place value. 9 plus 6 equals 15. Drop the 5. Carry the 1. 8 plus 1 equals 9. Plus 4 is 14. 7 plus 1 is 8. Plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boys and girls, your final answer is 1,245. And last but certainly not least, my favorite part, our multiplication facts. Okay? 7 times 4 equals 28. 3 times 9 equals 27. 11 times 2 equals 22. All right, boys and girls, that is it for Tuesday's Gimme 5 for page number 7. Now, I didn't forget, I want to show you, I know you couldn't see it, this thing has bad quality, but for the next video, I'm going to post 2 more things on here. But for today, I want you to do these 2 things. I want you to think of one thing you're grateful for. Okay? I'm grateful to have a roof over my head and to be healthy and to still get to talk to all my students and parents. And then I want you to connect with someone, okay? I want you ask your parents if you can call a friend that you haven't talked to, or maybe a family member that you haven't talked to in a while, just to call them up and see how they're doing, because I'm sure we're all going through this pandemic together. So call up your auntie, call up your granny, your cousin, your friends, or you can give me a heads up. You can call Miss Alvarado. I'll be happy to talk to you, okay? And next video, I have something else that I want you to do, okay? Well, y'all all have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.